Other YouTubers seem to be showing off their other hobbies and interests. So I thought I'd just sort of show you my coin collection. What? No? Don't worry guys, I wouldn't do that to you. Typhoon F12, baby. This is a gun channel. You are watching Rack and Load, and this is the Typhoon F12. Hi guys. Boy, have I wanted to get my hands on one of these for a while. Pretty much ever since they've come out, and I finally got one. Very kindly on loan from a friend. So, as you can see, this one is a little bit more tricked out than what a standard version would be. This is the maxi version, by the way. So the maxi version basically means you've got a longer forend. Okay, so it doesn't look as ugly with like a barge pole sticking out the end, but due to our UK laws, you need a long barrel. But this thing is amazing. Okay, I'd say this is a box-fed semi-automatic shotgun done right. Okay, and there's a few out there, and I've tested almost all of them. This one certainly looks the best, and in my experience to date, certainly performs the best. Okay, so let's just throw out a few specs then. So first of all, 12 gauge semi-automatic box fed shotgun. Okay, gas operated, 3-inch chamber. The action, I'll talk about materials. The action is T6 7075 hardened aluminium. Okay, forend is T7 series aluminium. Barrel is 4140 steel, 20-inch barrel. Overall length is 101 centimeters or 40 inches. Unloaded weight is 3.8 kilograms. Okay, you'll have to do the conversion for pounds. I'll annotate it. Magazines. This is a 10-round magazine. You can get 2-round magazines, 5, 10, and 20. A 20-round magazine. That has got to be a double stacker, because seriously, a 20-round magazine, it's going to be like 2 feet long. I mean, that's a 10-round magazine. They're bad enough in length, but a 20, seriously, it's got to be a double stacker. I've not seen one. I'll try and search for one on the internet. I'd like to see it, but I don't know. I think it'd double as a bipod. You know, you could just rest that thing on the floor and shoot this thing standing up. But they've got to be double stack. Seriously, they've got to be. So let's have a closer look at the F12 then. So first of all, we'll talk about the magazines. Okay. Now, like I said, this entire gun is slightly tricked out. My friend's got this set up for PSG, which is pretty much designed for a gun like this. Is, you know, practical shotgun 3-gun. He's got some sort of belt clip thingies on and sort of quick mag pull whatever you call them. But the magazines themselves, you are supplied with 2. I'll show you a bog standard one, untouched. They are pretty good. They're all steel. They feel really tough. Pretty much bomb proof. You know, as far as I can see, I had no problems with sort of loading them or anything. Yeah, the springs are a little bit stiff, you know, when they're new. Only thing you can do to make that easier is just load them up and leave them loaded up for a week or something. It might squash the spring. But loading up is no problem at all. Just happened to have some slug here. Yeah, no problem loading them up. It can be, alright, it can be a little bit fiddly, but, you know, it is what it is. But pretty heavy when they are loaded up. So bear that in mind. So that will add a little bit of weight to your gun. Let's just put some of these slug shot bottom around here just for decoration. Oh, got a buckshot there. I ran this thing with pretty much everything, and it ran like a dream. Now I did manage to make this thing choke up on 21 gram shells. Yeah, I know that's a little low, but I just wanted to see what had happened. But the lowest I could make this shotgun feed okay was 28 gram shells. And that's pretty low, that is, for this sort of shotgun. Usually it's 32 and up, but this ran 28 grams, no problem. Cycled them, it ate through them, so no problem with it. With 28 grams, that's about as low as you're going to go. Like I said, I did try it with 21 gram, but it just choked up. But you know, I just thought I'd try it, see what happens. So, but anyway, so let me tell you about what this thing's tricked out with first, and you know, because you might be thinking, oh, do I get a real EOTech with it? No, you don't. That's what my friend's thrown on there. Pretty damn cool as well. But no, what he's added on to this is basically this 3D printed flared magwell, which is an optional extra, or an addition that you can sort of spend your hard-earned cash on. Definitely worth having if you're running this thing, you know, on the 3-gun stage or doing PSG. This thing will save you seconds, and you know, we all know sort of seconds count when it comes to PSG or 3-gun. Basically, this thing, it sort of just clips on. I'm not going to get it off because I will just fail on camera. It literally just slides on. You can kind of see how it goes on there. It just slides on. It's just a plastic 3D printed thing that sort of just slides on the aluminium magwell, which by the way is just that there. Okay, so it does flare it out quite a bit, makes for easier loading. That's all that is for. Basically, you literally just get it anywhere in there and the mags will just go in like that. Okay, so that's all that is about. Basically, that's what it's all about. Basically, the flared magwell. Really cool though. I'm quite impressed with that. You know, it's got F12 on it. You know, and the way it's been done, the lines sort of flow in with the trigger guard, which is really cool. So that's really nice. And then another addition, as you can see, is the Magpul forward grip that I've got on here. Again, that just assists, you know, the grip of the gun, basically, you know, as you've just got all this forend. So that again is definitely worth adding on to a shotgun like this. You know, it's kind of up to you, but you know, definitely improved the feel of this shotgun, no doubt about that. And then moving to the muzzle end, the fake suppressor. Yep, it's a fake. Oh no, never mind, but it does look pretty damn cool. It's a shame it is a fake one. If it was real, it'd be back there, because that is actually the end of the barrel. The muzzle is right there. You can just see the choke through the gills on the muzzle brake there. So yeah, it's just a fake muzzle brake, but it does give it the look, gives it a bit of a mean look, if you ask me, and it hides a lot of that barrel. So that sort of, you know, combined with the maxi version, which, like I said, this is with the extended forend, does, you know, give this thing a much better look than just a load of plain barrel sticking out. Okay, so nice extra to add on there, just for cosmetic reasons really. Definitely would go for the maxi version if I was you. Yeah, there is a price difference. Check the links out in the details of the video. That'll sort of take you to where you can get these things and show you all the different options, but I'll show you the brochure anyway shortly and you'll see what I mean. Available in different colours, okay? In fact, let's get the brochure out now while we talk about it. And before we sort of go in depth and look at this thing in detail. So, what we got here. So this is, oh, it just shows you. That's just a disassembly. As you can see, it's gas operated. So there's a breakdown. That's easier than me explaining it. What is interesting about this is all the piston and everything is basically goes around the barrel. Okay, which is nice because it basically sends the recoil straight back into your shoulder, and that reduces muzzle flip. So that's just worth noting. Like I was saying, available in different colours. Not sure about that, if I'm honest. We're sort of going on to the manual here. I don't think it shows you many colour options in here. No, it doesn't. I'll throw in a picture off the internet that I'll drag off. As you can see, yeah, different colours. You've got like the bronze, you've got the titanium, OD, tan, you know, lots of different options. Do be aware that some of those might be limited in the UK, some of the colorations, so just sort of check with, you know, your dealer about them, because I have heard on the grapevine that some of the colours are hard to come by. But anyway, but yeah, certainly a great looking shotgun. Another optional add-on, optional extra that I forgot to mention is the quick bolt release. I think that's what you call it. So there's your normal bolt release here, but my friends added this extended bolt release here. So that sort of basically shaves a second or two off your reloading of this. Basically how that works is, let me just open it up. Instead of you having to sort of reach around this side and hit that and, you know, to drop the bolt forward. I'm left-handed, so this ain't gonna work, is it? Let's hold it right-handed. Instead, when you're sort of ready to go, you've got your trigger finger here. All you've got to do is just hit that, and you're locked and loaded and ready to rock. Okay, so that is a nice feature. Again, that is made by Typhoon. Got Typhoon's logo on there. Isn't that cool? So nice add-on there. So those are all the extra bits that you don't get when you buy one of these. So I just thought I'd mention them. It might sort of give you some ideas if you already own one of these, or if you're thinking about getting one. You can really sort of pimp this thing up. So let's look at the actual gun in some detail. Let's get rid of these live rounds. Move those out of the way. So starting from the stock, and then just move that magazine. God, I'm disorganised. Big video and I'm totally disorganised, but you know, that's how we roll. So the stock, first of all, the actual recoil pad is sort of semi-soft rubber, and it's got like this chevron patterning. I really like it. Really comfortable, you know, feels tough. It's not that like rock hard rubber that you get, you know, I hate that stuff. This is quite soft, really quite nice, you know, and it looks good quality. There's no sort of like, you know, nasty bits on it or anything. AR-15 style stock. You can swap these out, put on your own type. Would I change this one? No, I wouldn't, because it's pretty damn good. It's got loads of length of pull, as you can see. I mean, look at that. There's plenty of room there for sort of any shooter. You know, I think it's got about 6 different adjustments there. And then you've got the cheek piece adjustment via this sort of screw here. So you can raise the cheek piece. Ambidextrous, yeah, I know most of the AR-15 stocks are, but I like to point it out with me being a lefty. And then moving on to the pistol grip, seeing as we've covered stock. Pistol grip, again, is really good. I'm really impressed with it. It is swappable to an extent. I think you have to do a little bit of fettling, but you can throw on any AR-15 pistol grip Like I say, I'm sure you have to do a little bit of fettling. Would I change that though? No, I wouldn't, because it is perfect. In my eyes, that is perfect. Rubberized, nice sort of soft rubber, really grippy. No problems with that at all. Wouldn't change it. So that's the pistol grip. Moving on to the receiver, or the upper. Like I said, the action is 70-75 hardened aluminium. It feels good quality, really good. Can't really fault it, you know. It's it just looks good. It feels good. What can I say? It's tough enough for the job. It certainly, and like I said, the different colorations look cool. You know, they're cerakoted in different colours. As you can see, this is the black version. Totally cool. It's nice and chunky the way it's all been sort of made as well. I mean, I'll show you the guts if I just break open the, if I can do this on camera. I always fail on camera when I do this. Let me just, sorry guys, I'm just searching for tools here. Let's just try and get this out. I am going to fail on camera, I can feel it. Right, okay, so I've done it. Well, while I've got that out, I'll show you that is the Typhoon tool that you get. That basically, you can do everything with that. You can take the stock off, the fore end, and everything else that you need to do. That is the tool for the job that is supplied. So right, I've just broke the upper from the lower. So I was talking about the upper. So look how thick the upper is. If I can sort of get it on camera. If you can see it, look how thick that is. It seriously is a lump of metal. There's no doubt about it. It just feels real good quality. The lower as well, while we've got it open, I mean, look how thick it is. This thing is just solid. It really is solid. The build on this thing, and yeah, it's Turkish, and you know, most people will be like, Turkish guns, but it's fine. Honestly, I'm gonna say it's the best Turkish shotgun of this type that I've used. Okay, so for the record, I'm saying it, and it really is quite good, well, very good quality. Oh, look, I always fail on camera when I'm trying to put stuff back together. Right, that's back together. Whew. Right, I'm putting that down for a minute because it's getting heavy. Like I said, usability, as far as ammo goes, it was just flawless. Flawless, apart from those super light rounds, those 21 grams, but I knew it was going to choke on those anyway. But everything else, just chewed through ammo. And I put a couple, probably getting on for 300 rounds through this, through some slug in there, some buckshot, loads of birdshot, all different flavours, just chewed through them. No problems at all. Ejection, really good. It was throwing the shells, you know, well and truly out of the way. I'm a lefty, I'm perfect sort of person to sort of test this thing, you know, because you know, I'm used to having sort of shells sort of thrown in my face. Didn't really notice them with this, so that's a good, and no sort of real powder burns to the face or anything like that either. The rest of the lower is just really nice. It's just superb quality from what I can see. I cannot fault anything on the build of this this shotgun. It just all feels good, it all feels solid. You know, there's no sort of pot metal or chocolate components. It just all feels really good. And like I said, you know, I chewed through quite a number of rounds, you know, had no issues at all. It's worth noting that these things were seriously tested by the importer. They really did iron out all the gremlins on the F12, which is good. You know, they didn't sort of rush into it. And what you get basically is a quality shotgun that works. It works, okay? So definitely worth noting that. So moving on to the rest of it then. So magazine release, big button magazine release right there. Good thing about this is when you press it, the mags drop out. They drop out. Okay, as demonstrated just. They drop out so that you've not got to sort of try and wrestle the magazines out or anything. They drop out, so that makes for good, fast, quick and easy reloading. You know, you can just hit the button, they drop out, and in goes the new magazine and you're rocking again. So there is a little bit of wiggle with the magazines, but you know, it's... Show me a shotgun that takes 10 round magazines that doesn't wiggle like that, okay? They just do. It's the size of them. It's the size of them. But yeah, the magazine release really quite nice. It is metal as well. Sort of just sort of, what's the word? Serrated to give you a bit of grip. So that's cool. That's cool. Let's take the mag out anyway, just to make this thing a little bit lighter, because I'm trying to hold this thing up to the camera. Taking a closer look at the bolt, let's just open it up. Just show you in there, no problems as far as extraction goes, like I said, or ejection. Just really quite good, you know, cannot fault it at all. I'll just show you with the magazine in so you can sort of see what it looks like. There's with the magazine in. Okay. And then, like I said, that optional extra there, or that add-on to close the bolt. While we've got it cocked, last shot hold open on the magazine, by the way, just thought I'd mention that. But while we've got it cocked, let's measure the trigger, because I am really impressed with the trigger on this shotgun. In fact, it's one of the best I've used. So let's give it a pull. I'm going to say 4.5 pounds. Oh my God, what a guess. What a guess. No guys, I didn't do that before I rolled camera. That was a good guess. 4.5 pounds on the trigger pull. To be fair, it's not really the weight that bothers me. What bothers me, well, I say bothers me, what impresses me is the actual trigger itself and the way it breaks. Because this thing, it seriously breaks like glass, okay? It really does. Oh, the best trigger I've used on a shotgun. I've got to lose that magazine, guys, just to save a bit of weight while I'm holding this up. But an excellent trigger on this shotgun. Do I like the flat blade? Yeah, I love it. Don't change it. Not only does it look good, it feels good, and it really does make for fast shooting. I don't know what it is about a flat blade. It just, I don't know. It just makes for some serious sort of fast trigger finger, so to speak. Moving on to the safety catch. Now for you lefties, you can swap it round to the other side. And I definitely do that. And I'll tell you why in a minute. But first of all, it is a real good safety catch. AR style, very positive, works well. Okay, this one's a little bit stiff due to its newness. I'm sure it'll wear in a little bit. But yeah, a great safety catch. But if you're a lefty like myself, definitely swap it round to the other side, because you'll get what's called Typhoon finger. Okay, now someone told me about this when I threw some pictures of this thing on social media. They were like, oh dude, swap that safety round else you'll get Typhoon finger. And I'm like, what? Typhoon finger? Oh boy, I found out. If you're a lefty, obviously you're holding holding it like this, okay? And as you're shooting it, that safety catch, after about 50 or so rounds, something like that, it starts to dig in, really dig in to your finger, okay? So I'll just squeeze it there and you'll see what I mean. So you're holding this thing tight as you would, you know, to sort of absorb the recoil. And after a bit, oh, it starts to hurt, that does. And I was like, after 50 or so rounds, I was like, oh God, my trigger finger's sort of aching a little bit. And that's what it was, the safety catch digging in, okay? Typhoon finger, been there, done it. So yeah, if you're a lefty, swap it around to the other side. Now I did start talking about the cosmetics of the shotgun, but me being me, I just went off on a tangent and kind of jumped the gun. See what I did there. Anyway, moving on. Loads of rail on the top, so you can throw on an EOTech like this, or red dot, or whatever you want, or throw on some Magpul, you know, flip up sights. I'd probably recommend those. I'm not sure actually whether the standard version is supplied with irons. I'm not sure. It probably is. I'll throw in an annotation there because I'm not entirely sure. So yeah, plenty of rail on the upper there, and then also you've got rail here on either side. Not sure what you'd sort of put on there in that sort of position. And then you've got like, is it key mod there on the top and the bottom? And then you've got like this quad rail affair, which really looks quite cool. And it looks pretty mean as well with like these spiky bits on the end. I really do like that. You know, that looks really cool. Functionality wise, probably zero, but it just looks good the way they finished it rather than it just coming to an abrupt end or sort of a straight stop. That just really looks cool. Looks badass. But yeah, like I was saying at the start of it, you know, at the start of the video, get the maxi version. Highly recommend getting the maxi version just to cover, you know, a few more inches of that barrel. You know, you won't regret it. It's definitely worth paying the extra money for the maxi version. Definitely. Just for the look, you know, just for the, you know, to hide that barrel. Definitely worth it. Now, as you can see, if you look closely, that is your gas piston in there, okay? So you can see all the workings in the shotgun, you know, which is it a good thing? Yeah, you can see, you know, if it's getting gunked up or anything. Would crap get in there? Yeah, I guess it would, you know, but I like it. But, you know, it has its drawbacks, you know, because crap can get in there, but, you know, just keep it clean and you'll be laughing. Didn't mention you got QD mount there and there, and you've got options on the stock for throwing on a sling. You've got that one there and that one there, which is really quite a good option to have, you know. Whether you would sort of throw a sling on this thing, probably not, but, you know, depends what you're going to be using it for. But I seriously think this shotgun will appeal to you 3-gun guys, you PSGers. It really will come into its own in competition, there's no doubt about it. But guys, just what a great looking shotgun. I love it. This thing is my favorite box fed shotgun to date. So, you know, got to put that one out there. So what do you get in the box? Well, you get 2 10-round magazines. Like I said, not with all these bits on, you just get two of the 10-round magazines. Like I said, really good quality, steel in construction, polymer follower there. Got Typhoon's logo there, and F12. Really good magazines. Can't fault them. I had no problems at all. And then you've got a full selection of chokes. So I'll just get them all out. I'm not going to get them out the sort of the packaging, so to speak. So you've got all your chokes here. Obviously there is one in. They come nicely sort of packaged in this plastic stuff. So yeah, all the chokes there, everything that you'd need. You got slug friendly chokes and steel friendly chokes in there. So you're pretty much laughing. Choke key as well. Bit simple really, the choke key is. I showed you the tool that you get for sort of the castle nut, and you know, the wrench for taking all the bits and pieces off. It's got a diagram here actually. So there you go, you got a picture of it there. Sort of taking off the castle nut and you know, disassembling the maxi fore end. Blah blah blah. You know, that's the tool for the job. And you also get as well, these aren't very good, so I've been told, they tend to snap, but you do get the breech flag, Typhoon F12 breech flag as well. But like I said, I heard these do snap after a little bit, but nevertheless, I'd probably just, you know, convert it into a key ring myself, but hey ho, that's pretty cool. And then obviously you get the instruction manual, which is really quite good actually. Quite impressed with the manual. Obviously it tells you all your do's and don'ts. But it's really good. The diagrams are in colour, which I like, you know, really quite clear. Shows you basically how the dual gas system works. Really quite impressed with it. Okay. Shows you the spring ejector, and then it's got quite a few exploded diagrams. So if you're a tinkerer and you want to strip the thing down, you can see what bits you forgot once you've put it back together. And then it's got sort of all the oh, there's the lower and the trigger mechanism all stripped down. Again, with everything sort of listed, all the bits and pieces, and then the barrel and the bolt. I'm not going to strip that down for you because I will just fail on video. So I'm sure there's a YouTube video out there that shows you how to do that, but it's pretty much self-explanatory. You see, it is easy enough to do, but I ain't getting covered in oil for you guys. And then you've got all the sort of different instructions on how to, you know, basically maintain it and put the muzzle brake on, and how to break the upper from the lower, and you know, disassemble your fore end. Shows you all that, and taking off the stock. This, by the way, you can see is one of the other colorations that they do. Forget what they call it now, but you get the black one with all the red trigger and basically all the red controls on it, which looks kind of cool. But yeah, really good instruction manual. Tells you all about the chokes as well, which is really good. And that is always worth noting. You know, if you like to put some slug through it, bear in mind, do not use choke values 1, 2 or 3 with slugs. Okay, so full, improved or modified, and 3 modified, do not use with slugs. I know I'm teaching you guys to suck eggs, but it's always worth sort of just looking at it to reassure yourself. But no, a brilliant manual. It's got a QR code on there as well, so you can sort of scan that with your phone or whatever, and go straight to the website. So that is really quite a very good manual. One of the best manuals I've seen for a shotgun like this, for a Turkish shotgun. You know, it's all in English. Yay! So yeah, cool. So that is pretty much it, guys. The Typhoon F12, one of the best box-fed shotguns I've used to date. Available in lots of different flavors as far as colorations go. You could trick this thing out, as you can see. You know, this one's just got a couple of added bits on that make all the difference to the look of the gun, and not only the look, but to the operation of it as well. You know, it's definitely worth tricking one of these things out if you're gonna be up against the clock when using it. But that is it, guys. I think I've covered everything. Just a great shotgun. Highly recommend this. If you're in the market to get a box fed shotgun, you seriously need to have a look at the Typhoon F12. It is a box fed shotgun that works. Okay, so you've heard that here first. This thing works. So that is it then, guys. That is your rack and load review of the Typhoon F12. Highly recommended if you are in the market for a box fed semi-automatic shotgun. You won't get much better than this at the moment. And I've used quite a few of the box fed shotguns now that are on the market. And this one has been done right. That's all I'm going to say. It's been done right. You can grab one of these for around, I think they're around the £850 mark here in the UK, £850 in the UK, give or take on the colour, the maxi version, etc, etc. You know, it's ballparks around £850 here in the UK. But guys, definitely worth getting one if you're in the market for one. I love it. I absolutely love it. I cannot basically find anything that I don't like about it. Oh, all right then. The safety catch and the Typhoon finger, but you know, you can swap that around, so hey ho. But I didn't really want to mess about with it too much with it being a loan gun, you know, from a friend. But guys, Typhoon F12, it puts the ooh in Typhoon. Remember that advert, the Typhoon advert, Typhoon Technically T advert? Whatever. Anyway, I'm going. That's Rack and Load. Thanks for watching. See ya. This thing is amazing. Awesome.